Sidewalk Counselors Life, and this guy singing, I forget his name, but he's fabulous. So we've been dancing and staying warm and praising the Lord and praising life. Emily, Catholic Daughters, you're with us every year, and this specific theme, with every woman for every child, is so Catholic Daughters. Tell us about what you do for the women.
We are not only the national level, but the state level and the local level. We are so pro-life. We sponsor so many different pro-life ministries, as many as we can, because we totally believe in, the sanctity of life. It begins in the womb, right. And for these children not to have a chance to be born. And we want to thank everybody that continues to make this such a wonderful thing. This march every year is just unbelievable, and our heart is so much, and we ourselves have sponsored I'm sorry.
Okay. You do the local courts around the country.
We do locals,
with
and some local courts even sponsor a mother for 1 year to buy their diapers or their formulas that they cannot afford it, because I think we get such a bad rap that we don't take care of babies after it's born, but we want them to but it's so untrue.
Right.
We are, from the womb, we take care of everybody we can. We sponsor single mothers, single homes, even parents that don't have the finances. We are so much about helping those that we need. We are all about babies.
Right, and women, Catholic Daughters of the Americas.
And they don't have to be Catholic.
Right,
we help women.
But that's your name, but that's what you're about. You're about working with women in their needs. Right. And Nate, you do this as well. And Lauren, I know, couldn't be with us today from Sidewalk Counselor. She was Sidewalk Advocates for Life. She was on my Catholic radio show, Catholic Connection, on EWTN earlier this week. 22,000 saves, I understand, right?
Yeah, it's really amazing.
Tell us about that. Yeah.
Lauren created Sidewalk Advocates for Life almost 10 years ago, and we've now been blessed by God's grace to see just under 22,000 babies saved, mothers served that we know about, plus the thousands that we don't know about. We have 267 local teams across America and some in South America, and we're continuing to expand to make sure every abortion facility sidewalk, every abortion referral sidewalk is covered with loving, life-affirming people to make sure that every woman has information she needs. We do stand for every woman, with every child, with every woman, for every child, and every man going in and out of the facilities, to make sure that they have the information they need and that they can see the sign of hope and God's mercy to abortion workers, to those who've been hurt by abortion. We continue to do it each and every day, continuing to grow across the nation to make sure that every woman has exactly what she needs.
Yeah, and I think we have to take back the messaging, because we're the ones who are caring for the person from womb to tomb, along with the families, especially with organizations like yours and yours, because you're both in different ways meeting the women where they're at, which is so huge. And let's talk about that, because the messaging is super, super important. What do you think we can do, I'll go to you first, Nate, differently or better to reclaim that message? Because we've had some real bad hits last year with the various amendments around the country.
Yeah, the number one thing we have to do about messaging is we've got to start not talking the inside baseball language, the pro-life language, when we're talking to the people who need our message. We've got to be making sure that everything we do is about women and being focused on her needs and showing her that health care is available to her and that abortion is not health care. Abortion is the only procedure in any kind of medicine that intentionally takes the life of a child.
Yeah.
And so to take the messaging back, we've got to be using more appropriate language that gets at her heart, and not be talking about inflammatory language that makes her feel condemned by us. Because we want her to see that we truly have resources. We want to connect her with great groups like Dr. Emily's, and we want to make sure that every pregnancy resource center is getting these women. But if we don't work on the messaging and getting our message out to those in need, we lose that segment of people. It's so important.
And that's why what you're doing as well is meeting them in their needs locally is making a difference. Do they feel the love, as we say, when you're there?
And I think what he said is we have to change hearts. We have to change the way we approach people in a loving way, not, in a mean or hurtful way that, you're getting an abortion, you're a bad person. And I think if we come out in a loving way and we're here to help you and support you and start, early, I think it helps people to say that, we care. We're not trying to make you feel any judgment or anything. It's about, we love you, we love babies, and we want to be there. We want to journey with you. We want to hold your hand and we want to be there with you through this.
Yeah, and
meeting their physical needs is so critical. And when we do that, most of them will choose life.
And that's what I was going to say is you're putting your money where your mouth is, so to speak, because when they're telling us that we don't do enough for the women, we can point to your two organizations, and you're right there where you're needing to be. Thank you so much.
We have to walk the talk.
Yeah, absolutely. Emily from Catholic Daughters of the Americas and Nate from Sidewalk Advocates for Life. Two really good organizations. Check them out online. We have the information, and you can see on the bottom of the screen who these wonderful people are, and check out their organizations. All the people that are on the air with us today are so dedicated to the cause and to this theme, with every woman, for every child. Back to you in the studio.
All right. Thank you so much, Teresa. Thank you for bringing all their stories, too. And